Hi, hello, happy Friday. Looking a bit pale and ghostly, but it's the light. I've got this little overhead sort of light on and it's making me look a bit, oh that's a bit better. Looking a bit ghostly, wasn't I then? I am still trying to do my knitting, yeah. I'll apologise in advance, by the way, I've got the dogs. So, you know, anything can happen, especially with Rosie. Still struggling to knit. I'm still doing this pattern. I'm struggling a bit because it tells me how many stitches to the inch, but it doesn't tell me how many rows to the inch. And as the pattern is not done by inches, the pattern is done by rows, it's kind of a little bit of a hit and miss situation really, because as you know, I'm not using, well, they don't make Sirdar Pullman anymore, but they do make Chunky. But I'm not using Chunky, am I? Because I didn't have any in the shed. So I'm using 2 strands of double knitting, which is like a winter white colour. They call it ivory, but it's more of a winter white. It's bonus double knitting. It's by Hayfield, yeah? So I'm using it 2 strands together. And I've actually managed to get up to the armholes. It may look a little bit short, but that's because it's got a waistband on it. But like you say, I'm having trouble knowing if it's big enough, long enough, because I don't know if my tension's right. A bit annoying, yeah. While we're on the subject of Sirdar, I'm having a little bit of a rant. As you know, I've recommended you to go and look on the Sirdar Heritage site if you like vintage patterns. They range from like the 30s or the 40s up to present day. So I ordered, I think it was 6 or 7 of these patterns. And nothing arrived and nothing arrived. So I sent them 3 emails saying, am I expecting them digitally or are they coming by post? No answer, no answer, no answer. Then I was looking at my sort of, I don't know if it's an invoice or statement, and it has a headline at the top, underlined. So I don't know what made me do it. I actually clicked on this underlined headline. Oh, the digital patterns all appeared by magic. And I'm like, well, why didn't you tell me that? You know, we're not all in the know. We're not all digitally wonderful, are we? You know, I'm 78. You know, my brain doesn't work as quick as other people. If you're younger, you might have thought, I'll click on that underlined headline. I didn't think to do that, did I? I was waiting and waiting for a confirmation saying, we've got your order, here it is, like they do on Etsy or any other platform. Anyway, I was a little bit cross, so I have sent them another email saying, thank you very much for ignoring the last 3 emails. I said, I used to be one of your best customers when I had a wool shop. We were the largest supplier of Sirdar wool in the whole of the Northwest when we had 3 wool shops. And I said, we had good customer service back then. We weren't ignored like you have ignored my last 3 emails. I said, you could make it plainer to people when they order patterns from you. You have to click on the underlined headline at the top of the page in order to get your patterns. Not obvious, is it? You know, a little word of explanation saying in order to get your digital copies, click on the underlined headline and they will appear as by magic. Anyway, they did appear as by magic. But it's took me like a week of 4 emails and I still haven't had a reply from Sirdar. So, customer service for Sirdar, the pits. Sorry, but it's the pits. You could have at least been polite and replied to a doddery old lady and said, she's obviously a bit, you know, got in the head, she needs a bit of help. But no, total silence. Not even acknowledging, nothing at all. Anyway, I was looking online, because, you know, I'm struggling with my arm and everything, with the knitting and the crochet, because of, you know, I've actually got my wrist support on today. It's not doing a whole lot of good. For these cushions that you put round you, like, you know, to support your arm while you're crocheting or knitting. Oh yes, they're £79, the crochet ones. So I thought, I'm not paying that just to discover I can't really use it, you know, because I buy loads of things that I can't use. So I thought, I'll do a breastfeeding pillow. £16, bit of a difference, yeah. But having said that, it hasn't been a whole lot of use for me. It might be with crocheting, like to rest my arms on and rest my work on. I haven't tried it with the crochet, but it didn't work really with the knitting. So what I did was I turned it around and put it round my back, so that one of these army bits was like resting on the arm of my sofa. So I rested my elbow and my arm on that. So I did get a bit of relief with that. But why is it? I mean, I was talking to my friend, and like she said, anything that's labelled as disabled friendly or something like that, woof, they rocket the price right up. Yeah? When, you know, if it's a breastfeeding pillow, £16. And it has a removable, zippable lining thing on it, yeah. So why should I pay £79? I even looked on that, you know, Chinese website we don't like to mention, and they wanted £60 for theirs, which is supposed to be a cheap website, isn't it? They had one for 60 quid that was a crochet, you know, and I thought, wow. So, and even their breastfeeding pillows were more expensive than this one from Amazon. So, sorry, Chinese webpage, I am not going to promote you because it's cheaper on Amazon. Yeah. Anyway, what have I been buying? I'll stop waffling. Yeah, oh, thank you very much, I must say. All your lovely, lovely comments about me falling over. Yeah, I'm fine now, It was just a shock. And I hurt and ache in places I didn't even know I'd landed on, if you know what I mean. I went to the cafe yesterday and I met my friend and her husband. And he said, oh my goodness me, you're walking like I feel, you know. And I said, I feel like I've been kicked in the nether regions by a horse, but apart from that, I'm fine. And although the cafe is lovely, it's got gorgeous breakfast, fish and chips, etc., etc., its chairs need a lot to be desired. They are the worst, uncomfiest chairs in the whole of the UK. And you don't like to sit and linger. That's probably their motto. They won't sit and linger long if the chairs are uncomfy. We'll give them the fish and chips or breakfast or whatever it is they're buying, and then we'll shove them off out into the world, yeah? Make them too comfy, they might stay too long, you know what I mean? Yeah. Anyway, that's by the by. So my friend is still aching and hurting because of these said chairs, yeah. Anyway, as I was saying, thank you all very much for your lovely, lovely messages, and I have gained some new subscribers. So as usual, thank you to my stalwart regulars who stick with me thick and thin, not thin and thick and thin. I'm always appreciative of you all, and hello to all my newcomers, including the wonderful Sheila. Ooh, I felt like I'd been, ooh. If you don't know Sheila, you need to know Sheila. Sheila's Knitting Tips, and I can't remember the exact title, but you all know Sheila. Anyway, but what got me today was Sheila is lovely modelling headbands that she's been making, and that took me back about to last year. I crocheted some of these headbands for the church that I go to, the knitting club, and I thought, oh, they can put them on the stall and they can sell them in aid of church funds. And a lady picked them up and she said, oh, I think we can get £1 each for these. And I was like, £1 each? It took me more than that in the wool cost. Then I've made them for you, you know. I mean, I know it was a church fete and they don't expect things to be expensive, but £1 each. Needless to say, I have not made any more. And I won't make anything more for them. Because I'd made some lovely crossover, like scarves that slotted through each other. And I think she priced them at £2 or something ridiculous. So I thought, I am not bothering to use I don't use rubbish wool. Don't use rubbish. I'm not bothering to use my good wool to make things for their bazaar if they're going to charge £1 and £2 for things. So, by the by, you've missed your opportunity. Anyway, what have I got? This one came from eBay. It is Stylecraft Mystique. Now, Emu used to do a Mystique many years ago, but that was like a double knit. This must be more like a chunky. It is current because I just got it from eBay. Theirs is done on a 7mm needle, this Mystique. It was a long speed version. I hope you can see it because the trouble is they put them in them shiny pockets, don't they? Which is all very nice to keep them in, but you can't see the design, can you? They're sort of done chunky wise. You've got a short sleeve and a long sleeve. But as it's done, I need to look it up because I don't think it's an elderly kind of pattern. Oh, my hands, I can't get in the pattern. It's done, it goes up to a 40-42, which comes out at 45.25. And it's on a 7mm and an 8mm needles. Knitting needles it is. Knitted, by the way, I forgot to tell you that bit, didn't I? So I think it must be chunky. But as I think it's still an available pattern. This one, I have also got a sweater pattern of this in the shed. I've done this many times. This is one of the Sirdar patterns that I got. It looks so lovely. It's actually done. It looks very complicated, but you actually do like 2 rows in the contrast. But on one of them, you like wrapping the wool, I think, about 3 times around the needle. And then when you're coming back again, you're dropping it off, which gives you that sort of, oh, Rosie's going to bark in a minute, I do apologise. Gives you that sort of effect. I won't make the sleeves as wide as those because I think short wide sleeves are a bit what makes it look dated. And that's actually done in chunky, and please don't bark either one of you, thank you. Anyway, I've got a sweater pattern in the shed which I will show you when I find it, which I've done many times before. And that is a similar stitch to that. And I think it looks so complex and yet it's so easy. That's me all over. I won't say complex and easy, but that, you know. This one I did make when we did stock Sheba, which was like a boucle yarn. But this is another Sirdar one I got from the site, the heritage site. I do love it. I wouldn't put those ties on, I think, if I do it again. And it was actually done in kind of like an astrakhan. Astrakhan, is it astrakhan? Which obviously you can't get anymore, not in those colours. But as it's done, I think you did it in reverse stocking stitch. So I think it would look just as nice if I could get similar colours in plain chunky, which I'm going to work on. Haven't been out to the shed yet because it's too flipping cold, so I don't know. I think I showed you this one before. This is Wendy Pampers, which probably they don't do, but it seems to be a super chunky. This pattern I got from eBay, yeah. And these, I think I've shown you before, but I can't remember. These came from eBay. This one is done in a super chunky, but I think it's so cute, isn't it? It's got the cables. That would keep you nice and warm, even though it hasn't got sleeves. Yeah, these are laminated, so I'm struggling with my fingers. This one's done in, it says live super chunky. 100 grams if you go up to 44 to 46 plus, which comes out at 50. I'm not into this negative ease and positive ease stuff. If it comes out at 50, it comes out at 50, doesn't it? I don't want to know it's 12 inches positive ease, negative ease. I don't understand it. I really don't understand it. But I would like that. As you know, I've got lots and lots of plain dresses, which I do wear from time to time. This one again is super chunky. This one doesn't go up as big. It goes up to actual measurement 42 inches. Once again, it's super chunky. 10mm needles. I'll really struggle with those because I'm not doing very well with very big needles at the minute. That's just a plainish sweater with just a little bit up the front. But as you can tell, I'm quite into these older patterns because they don't tell me too much information. I'm a very basic girl, as you probably gathered. I like when it says knit 24 rows. I don't want it to tell me knit this row, purl this row, knit this row, purl this row. Too much information, yeah. This one goes up to 40, actual size 42. This is just in normal chunky. 6.5, 5.5mm needles, and it's a lovely little, I don't know what you could say, I can't do anything about this because she's laminated it for me. It's got like a lacy pattern on it. Once again, I got this off eBay just now, so although it's an older pattern, still available if you're with me. These are, where did I get this one from? I got this from, I think I've shown you this before. I got this from Etsy. It's a downloadable one. It's just a very, very basic sweater in chunky. Very, very basic. But highly usable. This one is actually crochet, I think. But being a vintage pattern, this one actually is only small sizing. This one is, yeah, 34 to 38, comes out at 40 to 38. But it looks, it's crochet, but it looks very much like knitting, doesn't it? Very much like knitting, although it's crochet. This one is because I am weird and wonderful. I do like weird and wonderful. I got this one, I think, from Etsy, I think. It's called Peruvian Hat. Look at that. How wacky is that? But you know me, I would wear it. I would wear it. And the last one did come from Sirdar. It's in chunky. It's 32 to 38 inch bust. Actual measurement doesn't say. It just says to fit to 38 inch bust. Once again, this one just tells me 8 stitches to 2 inches. It doesn't tell me how many rows to the inch. But thankfully, I think it tells me how many inches to knit with this, not how many rows to knit. When they tell you how many rows to knit and you don't know if your tension's correct, it's all up the wall, isn't it? But I do like this one. Once again, it's vintage, but I did get it off the Sirdar Heritage page. I like the fact it's got the ribbon round the waist. I don't have much of a waist. Confessions, don't have much of a waist. But I like the definition that gives you the illusion of having a waist. As you know, I have gone right off the big baggy look sweaters and cardigans. I put them on and I feel bigger than I actually am. So what am I wearing? I'm actually wearing a top-down sweater in, I think it was Boho Spirit, yeah. It's just, it was a pattern I got on, I don't know whether I got it online or whether I followed a tutorial, I can't remember, you know, brain fade. Yeah, so it's just plain, but I actually ran out at the bottom, so I had to do some plain green, because it wasn't quite long enough. The beads came from, as usual, wonderful, wonderful eBay. Talking about eBay, I did look on today. I always look at, you know, what the jewellery is, what they're offering. Boy, have they put the prices of their necklaces up. At one time, I would look at necklaces and they'd be from 99p up to £3 plus postage. Now, some of them, oh boy. You know, I know that the designer ones like Tatty Divine, they want 70, 80, £100 for. But we're talking about just high street ones, you know, Marks and Spencer's second-hand ones. And they're like £9.99 plus postage, and I'm like, I don't think they were £9.99 when Marks and Spencer's were selling them in the first place, you know. It's a bit like the charity shops around here, thrift shops as you call them in America. A bit like that, really. Round here, they're asking the price like that they used to be in Primark. Yeah, Primark, if you know what I mean. You're paying for a second-hand bobbled up sweater from Primark, they want a £5 for it, you know, £5 for it. And I'm like, no. It was probably only £4 in Primark in the first place, you know. So I am looking forward to one day going somewhere where they have a decent charity shop with decent clothes. I don't mind paying that tiny bit more if I get decent quality. Yeah. I keep looking on Vinted, don't find anything. I keep looking on eBay. And for some strange reason on eBay, they keep showing me dresses and things from the USA. And the dress will be like £16, and then underneath it'll say £30 for postage. Now I know that that's true, because whenever I try to post anything to the USA, it costs me £30 for the smallest little thing. So I know that the postage is... But why are they telling me? Why are they showing me, suddenly, showing me all these things from America? You know, I mean, even like a second-hand dress would be costing me, what, £50? If it was coming from the States, yeah. And I'm like, no. If I'm paying £50 for a dress, I'll go to the high street, I'll go online, I'll buy myself a branded one. Even Marks and Spencer's, I could get a dress for £50. That wouldn't be second-hand, yeah. So... Anyway, the folks have gone out, but they're not staying out tonight. I've got to feed the dogs later. Trixie, for once, is not sitting behind me. I've actually got the comfort of my own chair for a change. She may be small, but she is mighty. She has got the muscles of a dog 10 times her size. They are barrel-chested, if you know what a French bulldog looks like, and they have the strength of 10 small dogs. And that's... Somebody sent me a video actually on Facebook of this French bulldog dragging a full-sized car tyre around, and I thought, I can believe it. Well, believe it. She would be able to drag it round in her teeth, yeah, she would be able to do that. She's far stronger than Rosie ever is, yeah. Yeah, so, anyway, I've tried to answer some of the questions, well, not the questions, the comments on my YouTube, but it's hard to type. I'm a two-handed typist, and when you can't feel, talk about weird things that come out of this left hand, you know. It does not type what I think I'm pressing, you know. I used to be a touch typist, but, you know, gone. But I do type with two hands, but now this hand just types what it feels like. And it keeps putting the capital on. And when I'm trying to do something, and I press the key, so I think, to just put the capital on for an I, yeah. And then I find I'm typing away that all the rest of the line is in capitals instead of in small case. I just love it. I've got another month. I've heard from my scooter man. He said he's definitely coming before Monday. Well, it's Friday now, so before Monday. I know he won't come at the weekend, so I think before Monday means I might see him on Monday. Because I'm not using the scooter at the moment. I won't use it. Because it's just, the tyres are just shredded, you know. So I got a taxi when we went to the cafe yesterday. It does put the price up of like you're having your breakfast out, doesn't it? But it's my treat, yeah. Oh, I did get a letter from DWP saying that my pension is going up. Woo wee yee. Don't spend it all at once, Jonathan. I might be able to get a couple of cups of coffee out of my weekly raise. Yeah. Still, it could be worse. They could not give me one at all. Yeah. And I did win £5 on my lottery. Don't spend that all at once, Janet. Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to watch the end. I've started watching Sheila's latest video. I haven't watched it just yet. Yeah. I do try to remember to go back and put thumbs up on people's videos, because it is very important, folks, if you're watching me. I watch on the big TV sometimes, so I have to remember to go back to my PC to put a comment or to put a thumbs up, yeah. I have to remember to do that. And I know that maybe that's what a lot of you people do. You people, that sounds so rude. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean that to sound rude. You, lovely people. You maybe watch it on other I was going to say gizmos, other devices where you can't put the thumbs up and you can't do the subscribe and whatever it is. But it is vitally important, not just for me. I'm not talking about me personally, because I earn practically zilch from YouTube. I'm not one of the lucky people that actually gets any money. But it does mean that it raises the profile. In other words, then, that more people see the video that you're watching. So if you've got a particular favourite that you like watching, me hopefully, if you like and subscribe, it means that then YouTube boosts me further up the ladder so that more people see. Yeah. So if you've got a particular favourite person, me hopefully, but if you've got a particular favourite person that you watch all the time and you think, I really enjoy these videos, and you wonder why they don't have more subscribers and they don't have more views, that's why. Because YouTube doesn't know you're watching. Yeah. It doesn't have this little magic eye that says, oh, she's watching, she's watching. You have to tell them that you're watching. You subscribe, you press the like button, you write a comment. Even if it's only, hello, I enjoyed your video. Because that raises them up. And then, of course, it encourages people like myself, like Sheila, like whoever you watch, to make more videos, because we think, oh, people are interested, we'll make more. Yeah, people are watching us. People are actually not passing us by and, you know, thinking that we're rubbish. I mean, personally, you might think whatever I'm nattering about is rubbish, but, you know, I do my best. I do my best. Yeah, I do my best at falling over, as you probably gathered that. So, oh, she's going to bark. I do apologise if she starts. Yeah, there we go. Rosie, stop it, please. Thank you. Oh, she obeyed me. I'll write that down in the diary. She actually obeyed me. Ooh-wee. And I'm actually sitting on my own chair because I've not got Trixie sitting behind me as she usually does. Yeah. So, I hope you're all going to have a lovely weekend. I will be on my live tomorrow at 9 o'clock UK time. No idea what time it is US. I must look it up one time, but I'm lazy. Lazy. There was something else I meant to tell you as well, but I can't remember what it was. I was laughing at Tracy Crochet Rocks. She was saying that she puts the wrong word in a sentence many times when she means to say the kitchen and she finishes up saying the bathroom. I was the same the other week. I was trying to describe to my son. Oh, there's the phone. Oh, shut up, phone. I was trying to describe to my son the garage door. And I said, oh, that, the up and downy thing. And he's going, what up and downy thing? And I'm going, outside, the up and downy thing. Anyway, eventually he said, the garage door, because it's an up and over. Yeah, you press a button and it goes. But for the life of me, I could not remember the name. Could not remember garage door. It was the up and over thingy. Yeah. Anyway, if you're like that and you're like that with Tracy, tell Tracy as well that we're not going doolally. You know, we're not going really weird. We do occasionally forget a word, or we do stick the wrong word in. Yeah. Oh, and it's Tracy's birthday today, so say hello. Happy birthday, Tracy. Don't think she watches me, but happy birthday, Tracy. So bye for now, and I will see you all tomorrow. Bye now.